Hi guys, Lindsay who is Storybook Family Farm. So today I'm going to make a short and sweet video because I have been emotionally all over the freaking place over the last couple of weeks. And every single time I try to film this, I keep crying and I have no idea why. So short and sweet to the point where the hell I've been. So basically what's been going on with me over the last several weeks, besides randomly tearing up and having no idea why I keep being so emotional over the past couple of weeks and why so many repressed things from my past, like it's not even just things that have happened to me. Like I keep randomly mourning the deaths of people that I knew when I worked in the nursing home and took care of, and stuff that had died like 6 freaking years ago. That sort of stuff has been coming up to where I'm just like, oh my God, like I am so sad. I miss this person so much. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Changing the subject. I gotta put my hair up. It's just, I got a shower a little bit ago and I've been waiting for it to dry so that way I can put it back up. I don't like having long hair. I'm just growing it out to donate it. But so anyways, that's a little bit better. I don't like when it's, because it's an awkward length where it's like touching the back of my neck. So I keep feeling like there's spiders crawling on me. So it's just not good. Anyways, so yeah, that's been going on. A lot of random emotional stuff, a lot of repressed emotions, a lot of things that I've sort of stuffed down because I felt like I didn't have time to deal with it. Now it's starting to like come up. It's like one of those things of, you know, if you keep shoving stuff underneath the bed, eventually the bed starts raising up and eventually you can't get to things and you eventually have to deal with it. Now is pretty much the time where I have to deal with stuff. I just simply emotional stuff I really have to deal with. And I think that as silly as that sounds, like I'm a very spiritual person. I know that your body can trap a lot of energies, a lot of things that have happened and things like that. And I find it very, very, very comical that I had to start doing pelvic floor stuff when about a couple weeks before I started having to do the pelvic floor therapy, I had started realizing that basically, I think it's called your sacral chakra. It's the one that's like where your uterus is at. That I had a lot of stuck energies there, a lot of stuck things, a lot of repressed emotions, a lot of traumas that have just been trapped in there and stuff. And that I've basically been not honoring the feminine side of myself, not going with the flow and stuff over the course of the last several years because of needing to just basically be this powerhouse of productivity of getting things done and working in a very forward, forceful, outward manner, which is a very masculine way to go. I've realized that basically I've neglected a lot of different issues within myself. And I've suppressed a lot of emotions that I should never have been suppressing. And yeah, I think honestly doing a lot of the pelvic floor therapy has been bringing up a lot of that energy because I've been intentionally trying to work towards bringing healing to that section of my body, to that energy center of my body. And it's just been like, wowzers, there is so many emotions that are trapped in that area and stuff. And it's just been like when I left therapy on Tuesday, I literally cried the entire way home. Like just grieving so many different random things. It's like, I thought I was over this stuff. Like I thought like stuff that happened when I was a kid, like that was like done skis, like done and over with, you know? But it's not, you know, it's just with any healing, it just sort of is like a spiral where you come back and you go down and around and you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper until you eventually get the core issue healed and out and fixed. And then the next thing can come up and stuff. And that's basically what I've been doing. I've been doing a tremendous amount of self-care, attempting to, while my body's been very much struggling with this heat wave. It's been very difficult for me to breathe outside, for me to function outside because of the EDS and because of the POTS syndrome and stuff. And because of the POTS syndrome, I can't use the normal medicinal things that I use to help with the pain from EDS. So I've been struggling a lot physically. And then basically like with the POTS, when it's flared up, it's pretty much like, in terms of how easy it is for me to feel like I can breathe, it feels like standing in the shower when it's hot and putting a wet washcloth over your face and then trying to breathe. That's what it's like for me when it's humid outside, hot and humid out, in terms of feeling like I can breathe and get good air in. Which I know that I probably have some asthma going on or something of the sort like that, but because of the POTS, my doctor had said it's really not that safe for me because my heart rate already is like chilling up here when I'm standing and stuff, that it's probably not wise for me to attempt to use an inhaler or things of that nature. So pretty much just struggle through stuff. So that sucks. But yeah, so it's been really hard. My body does not regulate its temperature very well. Like right now, like I've got my belly exposed and all this stuff and I'm sweating like a pig up here, even though there's air conditioning. Like it's just ridiculous. But yeah, so that's been a struggle point. I've been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff emotionally lately. That's been hard. I've been really trying to love myself and honor my body while feeling very confused, very conflicted, very unsure of things. Like the whole issue with my uterus and stuff like that, because I'm sure that somebody somewhere might find this useful, because this is something that's completely and utterly related to EDS. This has no other relation to anything else that's going on. I've not had any children of my own. I've not done anything crazy. It wasn't like I was a prostitute and there's been a ton of trauma that has happened down there. Like, it's not one of those sorts of things. It's just that the connective tissue that holds everything up, gravity has basically stretched everything down. And the method of trying to tighten things back up, it's not really working that well. It's causing a lot of dysfunction and a lot of irritation and a lot of pain. So I've actually been working on doing research to see if I could actually just sort of offload the uterus. Like, as radical as that may sound to some people, I'm not planning on ever bearing children of my own. That stage of our life has passed. We actually, for those of you that don't know, forever ago, Tracy and I actually tried to do that, tried to have a child together and stuff, and the universe didn't have it work out, which, since it didn't work out, we've looked back several times and I've gone, thank God, because we didn't know about the EDS, we didn't know about my joints, we didn't know about a lot of things and stuff, and we're grateful that things didn't work out the way they did. And now, with all the uterine problems, I'm also like, gee whiz, that would be 10 times worse had I bore a child and stuff. But so yeah, I actually started doing research to see if I can donate it, or I want to talk to doctors and stuff like that obviously first to see like if there's other things to do. But my thinking kind of is I'm not planning on using it, and if it can help somebody else, then it can help somebody else, because it's causing me a lot of problems. It's causing me a lot of discomfort. It's causing me a lot of pain, even though it's fully functional, basically new, still in the box and stuff. Not for long. If things keep going the way that they're going, it's going to fall right out the box probably. Just trying to add some humor to a very difficult situation. But so yeah, that's been something that's been surprisingly emotional for me. And it's not the act of losing it that is emotional. It's the realization of that basically, no matter how hard I train my body, no matter how fit I become, no matter how strong I become, no matter how careful I am, that the clock is still ticking on me and stuff. And that even just the act of gravity is putting so much strain on my body that it's something that I need to take into consideration, that I need to be much, 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 much more gentle and kind to my soul and to myself and to my body, and to actually listen more instead of just ignoring a lot of things because stuff needs done. I need to actually like sit and stop and listen to myself and listen to my body and see what I need and stuff, because I used to do that prior to us setting off on this ridiculous journey of selling our house in town, moving into the camper, and then buying this place that needed me to do everything and stuff. And it felt like it was at such a state of like almost emergency to do it. Prior to that, I used to really honor myself. I used to check in with myself on a daily basis when I got up and stuff and be like, what do I feel like doing? What feels good to me? What is my body capable of doing? How am I feeling? I used to actually check in with myself. Now, even if my body's screaming, I'm basically telling it to shut up, that we have stuff to do, that you have to get through this. And it's not been good. So in the last couple of weeks, basically what's been happening is I've been really working on transforming a lot of my inner dialogue, a lot of my inner world, a lot of myself, and doing a tremendous amount of healing. I've been spending a ton of time at the pond and really allowing the tears to flow, allowing the emotions to flow, allowing everything that's been bottled up and suppressed within me for so many years because it just didn't feel safe to get it out. I've been allowing it all to go and stuff, of just visualizing it and just like literally pretending that I'm holding it and letting the spring water just run over top of my hands and just taking it downstream and stuff. And it's been incredibly beautiful and incredibly healing, but God, it's been tough. It's been tough. Anybody that has been through some stuff, they kind of know that once you open up the dam, it's kind of like everything and anything that it's like a clown car, once they finally open up the clown car, everybody's like, oh, thank God, get me out of here and stuff. Or like us, when we open up our barn and stuff, all of the chickens are just so like, get us out of here and stuff, because like the it keeps getting daylight before like Tracy even leaves for work. Like I can't go out there sooner and stuff. But like you open up the barn door and you got all these chickens running out everywhere and stuff. That's kind of how it is right now for me emotionally and stuff. Like I keep fighting back tears throughout this video, and I'm not even talking to you guys about anything of any depth and stuff. It is what it is and stuff. I mean, it's been incredibly healing. It's been incredibly beautiful and stuff, but it's just been hard to discuss, hard to bring it up, hard to even put it into words what I'm feeling and stuff, especially when my body's been feeling terrible physically and I've been like, okay, I need to rest. And then as I'm resting, it's like, boom, here comes your emotions to punch you in the face. And it's like, my God, like what is going on? So it's been a doozy. I've been really contemplating a lot of things. I've been questioning a lot of things, which I hope that I can get involved in this more in an in-depth way in a future video and stuff. But a lot of things have been coming up for me to basically re-examine and stuff and to essentially figure out a direction forward for me, for our lives, for everything and stuff. We've also been doing a lot of decluttering, a lot of deep cleaning in the house and stuff. This room that I'm filming in right now, it's actually the room at the top of our steps, which I think the last time that I filmed this room was when we first bought this place, because it was before I painted in here, before I painted the floor, before I did anything in here, because it has since been, I painted the floor in here, and then once the paint all dried, and that was a couple days before we moved in that I painted all the floors up here. Once the paint all dried, when we moved in, all of our boxes of books and all of the other stuff that we had stored up like underneath the camper and stuff pretty much just filled up in here, and it's been a storage space ever since. So it's no longer a storage space. Got everything moved out of here so that way I can finish painting. There's some trim painting I got to do that's off camera. It's just by the ceiling there. Do a few little odds and ends things in here, and then I'm going to work on building some bookshelves in here so that I can get the boxes of books out of our spare bedroom and actually put them up, because yeah, I'm tired of us living in boxes. I'm tired of, even though there's a lot of uncertainty in life right now, I'm tired of constantly feeling like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Constantly being like, well, if this is going to happen, we might as well not unpack. I'd much rather be like, well, we'll just get boxes again. Because I can't keep... I feel it's very symbolic of how your house is kept and stuff like that, and how your inner world is kept. So it feels like when things are always boxed up and ready to move and stuff, that it's basically holding this level of tension and stuff. My ex, okay, when I was with her, I used to jokingly say that I was with a gypsy, because every couple of months she wanted to move, and like there's a lot of reasons for that, which we are not going into what she was doing while I was at work and stuff. But like, I got to the point where I never unpacked the boxes, because I was like, well, if we're just going to freaking move again, I'm not unpacking this stuff. Like, I'm just like, it can stay, because in 3-4 months, you're going to say, let's move again. And we're going to have to move again and stuff. Yeah, I'm tired of living that way. I'm tired of feeling like, well, no matter what's going to happen, I'm ready to run. I can't keep doing that. I can't keep living with that level of stress, with that level of tension and stuff. And like, to be honest with you guys, like, I'm going to show you what's still in boxes. Like, it's really not that much stuff. We've got some boxes. We've got some pictures. We've got some stuff to hang on the walls. That's it. Like, we don't own very much stuff, but our house is tiny, has no storage. So it looks like we're like crazy cluttered pack rats. And it's like, we just don't have space to put anything. But yeah, so this room up here, it's a nice bonus space. We got the futon up here. Cat, dog love it. Got the air conditioner up here. Got my old desk that I built forever ago up there, which now that it's unburied, I really just, I miss writing. I think that's probably what I'm going to work on soon, is actually working on writing some stuff just to get it all down, because that's a very, very healing tool for me, to sort of get it all out and just allow myself to process things in the way that I need to, and let the tears flow without having to feel like people are judging me. Because even though like a lot of you guys that are watching this video and stuff, like, I know that you guys have a lot of love for me, but I also know that there are some people that watch stuff like this just to further slander me within my personal life, within my personal bubble. Hello, people like that. And it's very hard. It's very hard for me to come up and show up as a very vulnerable person, when I also know that there's people that are using these as basically daggers to further stab me with. So it's kind of difficult. So for those of you that are here to love me and to support me and to basically be cheering me on, you guys have no idea how much you mean to me and stuff. So anyways, I've got a lot of bread to bake and evidently more tears to cry. So hopefully, cross my fingers that this craft show that we're doing does well and stuff. Maybe this will be really healing for me and stuff. I know last night when I was making all the dough, I gotta put my arm back down. I'm gonna set you guys back down. Last night when I was making all of the dough, I was like, man, part of me misses this, but my knees do not miss standing in the kitchen for this long. Oh, man. Oh, update on my knee. I have to go back to PT for my knee. So that's going to be fun. I'll just juggle that in with the rest of the things that I have going on right now. So anyways, I've really got to get the bread baked. I've got to get going. That's going to take several hours to do, and then it takes a couple hours for it to cool, and then I got to bag it all, then I got to weigh it all, then I got to label it all, then I got to take a deep breath is what I got to do. That's what I got to do. Is just take a deep breath. It'll all get done. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.